Hey there, sweetness. How goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game. If there's anything that is connective to this collective that's beautiful, I invite you to take that shit with you. If, however, nothing here resonates, that's all right. You just leave it right where you fucking found it. It's probably a piece of information meant for somebody else in the collective. You should never take something off the table, or in general, that does not belong to you. Please keep in mind that time may be fluid as well as energy. Let's get into it. Shall we? Oh, yes. Yes, we fucking shall. What are we getting into? All I got so far is something about controlled information, something about your boundaries being like fucking respectable, something about no repeats. Welcome, 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 homies. Please do the tribe a favor. Make sure you get them likes up on your way in. Also, check to make sure you are a subscriber, a homie, true and through. It helps the tribe so much when you do. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance, please guide myself, guide these messages, guide this collective. Please guide us all, always and always. Thank you. One big stone, or excuse me for any and all coughs. I just started to get a little bit of a runny nose, which is not usual for me by any means. All right. Let's get into the cards, shall we? Messages for the collective. Hello, hello. Welcome, 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 everyone. Something about checking. Somebody's checking something, or there's something about a checking account. Somebody's about to get an increase in their checking account. All right. Messages for the collective. Welcome, 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 everyone. I use American Spirits. I smoke American Spirits. Hello there. All right, so that was an entire, we got the whole situation right here. Somebody had a choice to cover somebody's ass by keeping a promise. Like, they made a promise. I'm getting like pinky promise, arms wrapped together, drinking out of a chalice. Romeo and Juliet. Is this going to be a love story? At its core, I guess it is. But it's much more than that. There's a massive amount of magnetic information coming. Expansive information. Something about somebody trying to claim that they have found their morals. Too little, too late. They're just trying to lure you in. They want to lead something with lust. Someone does. Somebody wants to practice sex magic on somebody. For some, it's in a way of ciphering your energy, ciphering your vibration, ciphering your magnetic imprint in order for them to try to expand on their own time. But again, too little, too late. They're giant jackasses. All right. Whatever this is, you literally know it in your gut. They have very juvenile behavior. They're very jealous. Always chasing some sort of jailbait for some of them. Whether that's, that could be lots of different things. Whatever it is, whatever that jigsaw puzzle is, the joke is about to be on someone who dared to try and keep their motives, their fucking dark intent undetected. Did not stay undetected. You guys have the medicine cabinet. I'm starting to see some, it's like an archaeological dig site. And they're digging up old remedies and medicines and magics and prayer books and languages. Bits and pieces of the light. Somebody's going to get a phone call. And something really weird's going to happen with your phone. Somebody has something at the gut that wants to bubble up to the surface. In order for them to, they know that somebody's got to get something like up and out in order for them to feel serenity, in order for them to feel any sense of fulfillment, to feel gratified, to feel comfortable, to feel content or pleased. Oh. These two together, I just got this energy of someone being sent on a spiritual journey to find themselves, to create their identity, to overwrite all these pre-written scripts for them. They were, set out on this journey, but they remained very stagnant in the work. They were very mellow about their promise to do said work. Whatever this is, I'm being told to mention that they heard their higher power, whatever it is, however, telling them, you're being stagnant, you're breaking your promise, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not doing what you said you'd do. And they just started laughing. And whatever is coming next for them, it's connected to that. For some. All right. Something about where shattered glass once sat. Expansion is possible. Where shattered glass once sat, expansion is possible. But it's going to take an awful lot of cleaning. Probably a good vacuum. I don't know. Okay. All right. Messages for the collective of homies need to know today. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Much love to all of you. Thank you guys for getting them lights up. Appreciate you. The spirits, respecting spirit. Yeah, I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to the comment section today because I'm doing my best to respect spirit. I've been paying too much attention to the comments lately, and I love you guys, but be there for each other. And for yourselves. Didn't I say something about your boundaries being on point? Salt, boundaries. Seasons of the witch, honoring cycles. That feels and sounds a whole lot like that cleansing. As above, so below. Manifestation. It's like inspecting the parameter, figuring out everything that needs to be done to allow for fulfillment versus stagnation versus sitting still versus all this wondering. Like, what's the difference? What does it mean? There's a lot of differences and a lot of things. Somebody dropped something that it's like dropping the torch they're supposed to be carrying in a fucking relay race, dropping the light they're supposed to be carrying. It's their turn. Their partner is tired and worn out. They've done all this running, and now it's like a candle. And seeing the candle, and it's like, partner has fucking wax burns everywhere because they held this candle so far as it took to get it to the boundaries that they needed it to be in, and now somebody else is supposed to be taking over. And the person that's supposed to be taking over, that promised they were going to be, I'm going to tap in. When you're tired, I'll tap in. When I'm tired, you tap it. They were a deserter. And there's a big fucking difference in them keeping their promise and deserting their promise. And that's a part of what the laughter was about. Them being like, what's the difference anyway? Snickering at, were they snickering at God? Were they snickering at, like, what? I feel like at life in general. But collective, the homies, you light little butterflies, you little light bugs. Times are changing. You've been putting in that work. I feel like it's your energy that you're fucking, you got the, God forbid, but you've been carrying that fucking torch for so long, keeping your promise, and you got it to the boundaries. That person wasn't there, and instead of holding it any longer and letting it fucking phoenix you up way too fast, faster than you're ready for on your own time, you dropped it. You dropped the candle. You're like, no, this is my boundary. My boundary is that I don't have to carry this candle any further than here. And I already carried it this much further than, where you said you'd be. Somebody wants to claim that it was their partner's fault. Their teammate, whatever it is, be like, yeah, I didn't show up to get that candle because the collective's team was up in the stands and they were hoot and holler into the collective, but they didn't say a word to me, you know? So, like, fuck that. I didn't even tap into that. Like, you know? Or, well, the collective's best friend was going to be there watching, you know? And I don't like their best friend. So, I just decided, you know, yeah, mind change is one thing, but I feel like this is on, like, a little scale, but also, like, it's like I'm hearing quantifiable event. It's something that it just keeps happening and happening and happening and happening, even though it's so fucking. It's like I don't even know. I don't. Let's read the book a little, shall we? I just heard tag team and drag team, but it's like if you're in this fucking tag team match, you know, and your partner, your person, your other fucking, you know, the person who's supposed to be there and get that candle, don't show up. It's not like nobody's gonna show up for you. It's not like your team ain't showing up for you. It's not like your higher power ain't. It's not like you ain't showing up for you. You are showing up for you by putting the fucking candle down. Ooh. Something about your light getting brighter and brighter and brighter, in the realization of just how far you made it with the candle. The fact that you made it to the line that you said you would make it to. You got there. And then again, you went just a little bit further. Like, hey partner, where are you? I'll come your way just a little bit. Like, did you fall? Or are you hurt? Like, the more you do that, the more you're now helping them break their promise. Like, you're enabling them to do it, are you not? And then taking on their part of the responsibility. All right, 41. Something about enter that path towards them at your own risk. Some of you are just going to keep on walking through looking for them. Okay. You're on your own journey. You do what you need to do. For some, it may turn out magnificent. For some, it may not. For some, it may be a loss. For some, it may not. I don't know. Anyway, that path, just careful. Boundaries, protecting your energy. I want to show you guys the card that, yeah. So these are the two cards that I just kind of looked at real quick. They were sitting on top of a pile over here that's prepared if I want to grab that deck for a reading. I just noticed the one straight on top was repeats in the reverse. No repeats. And you guys have goals plus boundaries plus standards equals solid. Your goals, your boundaries, your standards. It's fucking solid. And you're making something that can be built on, but not if you break your back walking too far in the wrong direction. Salt is one of the most important tools in a witch's cabinet. It is often used to cast a circle of protection before performing a spell. Sprinkle salt around your home and along your windows and doors to keep negative energy out, and use it to clear harmful vibrations that are directed towards you. So that could be a part of the vacuuming thing I was saying, cleansing, like do a little salting, do a little research if, you got pets and, plants and different like structural stuff that you shouldn't be putting salts on. Put them in a little like dish. Yeah. But when salt comes into a reading, it's because you require protection and need to take steps to establish stronger boundaries. So for some, your goals and your boundary, your skin, it's all on point, and for some, you're still doing that work. For some, you got a little bit to make up for because you walked so far in a direction that wasn't necessarily meant for you to be walking in. It is your responsibility to teach others how to respect your needs. You may hope others will intuitively know how to treat you, but remember that every being is experiencing their own hardships, lessons, and triggers. They may have blocks that prevent them instinctively recognizing boundaries that seem obvious to you. This is not an excuse to treat you poorly, but it is reason enough for you to speak up and communicate your needs, rather than expecting someone to guess. And of course, there are people who will push boundaries to breaking point. Some may even be doing it intentionally. Standing firm lets them know that while they may push, you will not break. Honoring cycles, letting go of control, embracing the season you're in, and repeating cycles. No repeats. It's funny, the song in the background, you don't want no more sorry. Some are on a spiritual probation. They got back on the path after breaking a promise, or not keeping their word, saying, I'll be here, I'll do this, I'll, and then, yeah, sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes things happen. But something about the origin, creator, life, spirit, God, Jesus, your spirit team, ancestors, all the things and unthings. Watching the way that you move. Watching the way that this person moves. Whoever it is that, for some they've been trapped in the darkness. And yeah, they let themselves get there. But they've been working real hard to get back to the light. And some are back to the light, and they've been working real hard to stay there. I'm not even going to say to get to up ahead to where they... No, they just stay in the light. Just stay in the light. That's it. Just got to stay in the light. Life is full of ups and downs, twists and turns. The earth uses the seasons to beautifully illustrate the cycles that we all face in life. The seasons also remind us that everything has its challenges. No matter how beautiful it is or how much joy it brings, equally, even the roughest time offers lessons, even if subtle or small. Spring bursts with color and beauty, but also comes with its fair share of wind and stormy days. Summer provides a bounty of fresh fruits and vegetables, but may be hot and often very dry or humid. Fall is cooler and rich with jewel-toned leaves, but eventually those leaves fall. And winter brings about cozy days, but wintry weather can be challenging, even dangerous. Everyone faces obstacles. Even the most cosmically connected person has trials. This card guides you to learn to embrace the cycle you're in without trying to change anything. You are here for a reason. Ask yourself, how can I release control of what's detrimental in my situation? What positive elements within my control can I focus on instead? If you keep finding yourself in negative situations, pulling this card is a clear sign that you are failing to learn the lessons from this phase of your life. You will continue to stay here as long as is needed for you to understand and grow. Continuing to date the same negative type, failing to speak up for yourself, and letting others disregard your boundaries, facing financial ruin immediately after a period of wealth, or finding your best intentions are always misunderstood, are all signs of stagnation. Similarly, if your circumstances are favorable now, reflect upon the choices that have brought you to this point. How can you strengthen in these areas to ensure more happy cycles in the future? Are there any ways you may be blocking yourself from experiencing more consistent joy? So it brings me back to that whole be in the light, stay in the light. All right. So if your circumstances are favorable now, if you're in the light now, even just enough to feel it, just enough to make you sneeze, reset your system a little, tickle that vagus nerve, then reflect upon the choices that brought you to that point, and how can you make sure, how can you strengthen that? Make sure you stay in the light. I'm going to see it like the light, how can you stay in the light, even when it's dark, even when it's bright? How can you keep your light visible? 40. As above, so below. Which is funny because the card we started with was 41. 40. Manifestation, confidence, cause, and effect. Oh yeah, this card wasn't one that said, yeah, that one says manifestation right on it. All right. As above, so below is a common witch phrase meaning what happens in the cosmos is reflected in the material world and vice versa. The second half of that phrase is as within, so without, meaning your internal landscape is creating your external life, and what you experience in the world is also affecting you emotionally and spiritually. It's not unlike the law of cause and effect, i.e., for every effect there is a cause. That's funny because I was going to say that earlier when I was talking about the little man on the moon over there. I was like, what was I going to say? Was it when Newton's law of physics or something about the body in motion tends to stay in motion and a body at rest tends to stay at rest? All of this means you have the power to shift your circumstances. I was also about to say it doesn't have to stay that way, but that's how it's categorized, right? The more you heal and grow your inner world, the more the outer world will reflect the light within. You can begin by being mindful of what you send out into the universe, knowing that in some way it will make its way back to you. And that by healing your own traumas, you are contributing to the healing of the shared consciousness. By choosing kindness, you are sending more love out into the world. And by believing in yourself and embracing your power, you unknowingly encourage others to do the same. Now's the time to act upon what is within your heart, trusting that as you take steps to work towards your goals, the universe will respond in kind and move mountains on your behalf. The collective will also move to support you, and people and resources will find their way to you as a direct result of your willingness to pursue your dreams. It's like deposit into that spiritual piggy bank, that spiritual account. We were talking about the checking account in the beginning. This card also serves as a card of abundance, and if your reading is about wealth, you may soon be the happy recipient of a financial windfall, or an opportunity may lead to significant financial growth. This is a fortuitous card. However, should this card fall from the deck and land in the reversed position, it did not do that. So, it's just good news, good news, good news. That's all we want to hear. All right. I haven't even touched any tarot. You guys have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Multiple messages with that. Somebody knows exactly what somebody's doing. Like, that could be, it's like you know exactly what somebody's doing, or somebody knows exactly what they're doing. Ooh, back to the thing I was talking about in the book where it's like some of them are just kind of deep-to-dee and they don't understand what they doing, and some of them are very intentional about what they doing. This is back to the energy of some of them very intentional about what they doing. They're the fuck round and find outers. All right. This card suggests that obstacles are falling away and your goals can be achieved if you act with speed and focus. Seize opportunities when they arise and don't linger over decisions or correspondences too long. This card may refer to making a move, romantically, professionally, or otherwise, and to the accompanying rush of adrenaline. Energies are high and conditions are in your favor, but they won't last long. Take the plunge. Shiver me timbers. Closing advice, and I need to go get me some lunch. Playful. Be playful. Is that why we're getting shiver me timbers and that kind of stuff? Sometimes you need to just, it's a little picture of the ocean too, as a seal in the ocean. Sometimes you need to just let your hair down and have fun. Be spontaneous. What are you waiting for? Life's too short to be serious all the time. Something makes your inner child glow. Listen to it. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. If you guys want any copies of my book, available on Amazon, links are below. If you guys would like to donate to the shanty, links below. If you guys have missed any content, go check it all out. There's been quite a bit lately. Thank you guys for subscribing. Did I say thank you for hitting the like button? I love you guys. I love you. I'm going to take one more of these with you. Much love, my days.